Communicating for Toileting Success by the Vermont Continence Project.
Hello, I'm Chaya Lichtig. I'm an occupational therapist and I'm one of the consultants with the Vermont Continence Project, based at the Center on Disability and Community Inclusion at the University of Vermont.
And I'm Adrienne Miao. I'm also a consultant with the Vermont Continence Project. In this video, we're going to talk about how to communicate with a toilet learner in your life to make learning to use the toilet easier, more cooperative, and more successful.
Did you say toilet learner?
First, you might notice that we used the word learn instead of train. This is because the process of becoming an independent toilet user is actually pretty complex with a lot of steps and skills involved. We feel it's more respectful to use the words toilet learner and toilet teacher instead of training because it reminds us that new skills take time, patience, and attention. Okay, moving on.
Use consistent language.
Think of all the different words you may use to talk about going to the bathroom. Saying, "I'm going to the bathroom," may mean something different than, "I'm going to the toilet," or even, "I'm going to pee in the toilet." Your toilet learner may need really specific language to understand your expectations of them in the bathroom. This is especially true for learners with autism and related differences, who may take your words more literally. The same thing goes for other words related to toileting. If your learner has multiple toilet teachers, make sure you're all using the same names for body parts, toilet structures, and the bathroom location.
Use age-respectful language.
Most of us do learn toileting while in our toddler or early preschool years, so many of the words for toilet teaching are words for toddlers. Potty, pee-pee, poopy, etc. If your toilet learner is older than this, we encourage you to use the same words you would use with an adult or older child, even if your learner is still wearing a diaper or a pull-up. And another note, consider referring to your learner's pull-up as a brief. It means the same thing as pull-up, but again, it respects their age.
Communicate to build cooperation.
It's totally natural that your learner may push back against being asked to learn or use new toileting skills. For many of us, toileting is not that exciting after toddlerhood. If you've been trying for a long time, your learner may also feel discouraged or that it's just too hard. For this reason, we encourage most teams to work with their learner to choose rewards, which you can learn more about in another video on our website. We all like to have self-determination, or the ability to make choices that affect our lives and bodies. So, how can we give choice in the way we talk to our toilet learners? First, ask closed questions. These are essentially either-or questions, where you offer two predetermined choices for a learner to choose between. For example, would you like to sit or stand while you pee? Would you like to use the upstairs bathroom or the downstairs bathroom? Do you want a few more minutes of Legos, or are you ready to try the toilet now? Next, choose the right amount of prompting. There are infinite ways you can let your learner know it's time to use the bathroom. Everything from pointing to the bathroom, setting a timer, all the way to picking your learner up and carrying them into the bathroom. By offering the right amount of prompting, we can build our learners' independence and reduce opportunities for pushback. For example, I may be able to tell my learner, "I'm setting this timer for you. When it beeps, it's time to go to the bathroom. When you're all done, you can choose a candy or blowing bubbles together." You can also check out our website for a video about creating and using simple visual supports. These are another way to prompt learners and give them helpful information while using less talking. The website also has a prompt hierarchy handout, which is a chart of some examples of using just right prompts in toileting.
Manage pushback and refusals.
If you use these strategies and your learner still refuses, consider if the request is reasonable for them at this time. You may need to ask less. For example, "I see all this wiping is hard for you. I'll help you out and you can finish by pulling up your pants." In this case, your learner would still be following a request that you've made, but it's a request that feels doable to them at that moment.
Managing shame and other hard feelings.
Helping someone with toileting and hygiene can get frustrating for any of us, and it's totally reasonable to wish and push your learner to be more independent with toileting. Sometimes toileting is slow because your learner has to gain some more skills or body awareness, and sometimes it's slow because they aren't feeling safe or ready emotionally. Strange as it sounds to us adults, toileting is one of the few things that children can control about their lives. So the more we act like teammates with the learner, the more confident they may feel moving forward, and the less they can push against you. One suggestion is to avoid words like should, like you should be toilet trained by now. This is not usually very motivating for most of us. Also, try to be matter of fact instead of showing disgust or discomfort around bodily functions. For example, instead of saying that a poop is disgusting or stinks while you're helping your learner change, you can say that it has a strong smell and you just need a second. Instead of these, pay attention to the small steps forward that your toilet learner has made and make sure to highlight those. For example, you've done such a great job sitting on the toilet every day, and I know you're going to get your pee in there soon too. Check out our website for a list of common toileting skills your learner may master along the way, besides peeing and pooping in the toilet. Finally, it's really normal to get frustrated or even angry when you're struggling with your toilet learner. We recommend that you take a break, a few breaths to cool down, and then come back and try again. If your learner is frustrated, you can encourage them to do the same by saying something like, "It seems like you need a moment. I'll come back and ask you again soon."
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and learn how language and communication support better toilet teaching and learning. We hope it helps you and your learner on your toilet learning journey.
For more resources, see our website, www.uvm.edu/cess/cdci/continents.